What's good, everybody? Sneaky Octo here, and I want to thank you so much for clicking on this video. So this video is definitely different from my normal videos. I'm going to actually be talking about Swift Energy today. So this might actually get me removed from the partnership. Alright, so the main reason why I want to go ahead and make this video is basically because of two things. One, mostly because of transparency, and two, because I don't want you guys to feel like my partnership with Swift just means that I'm going to do whatever Swift Energy tells me to do, or that I want to do like whatever best in my financial interest. The reason why I end up going from Rogue Energy to Swift Energy is because of bigger discount, more value, again, definitely healthier for you guys, so that way you know you're not dealing with your typical energy jitters with like sugar or caffeine. You're not making your heart beat up and pace. You're not having to worry about your blood pressure. So all these things were definitely factors that I was mostly focusing on when I was switching from Rogue Energy to Swift Energy. I'm a person who likes my flavor to be potent with my water, so that was something that Swift kind of provided a little bit more so than Rogue. There's not many flavors that Swift Energy provides, but for what they do provide, even with the limited number of flavors, like I said, you get better value, tastes better, and also it's healthier for you. So the reason why I'm making this video is because we went from this size tub to this size tub. As you can see, it takes basically two of the USA only tubs to just basically be the height of one original tub. Anyway, this is melon cream. This is actually pretty good. I actually ended up drinking a little bit of this earlier, and then this is guava berry, which is really good. So as you can see, this is a smaller size. The reason why they had to go this size is because this is the USA only tub, and this is the tub if you get it from Canada. I went with the USA only because of tariffs. Okay, there's no beating it around the bush. I don't know what the hell is going on with America, but tariffs are literally killing the economy. And I don't feel like paying double for what I pay for just the project itself. So I figured that if anyone does happen to use my code sneakyocto, that they would go with USA only, so that way they don't have to pay the tariffs. So I ended up buying two of these. These together came out to about $55 after my creator code. For two of my creator code, you probably were looking at around like 80 bucks. But then, of course, with the tariffs, you're probably looking at like 160, because you're literally having to pay double what you spend on just the order itself just to get it into the United States. A scoop, or even once, so half a scoop would get you 120 servings out of these. If you did a full scoop, it was 60 servings. I ended up doing 2 scoops, but I would refill mine, so I kind of got like 2 drinks out of 1, I guess you could say. So I mean, I guess technically I was getting like 60 servings here. With the smaller ones, there's 40 scoops, and there's 2 scoops for every serving size, so you're basically only getting like 20 servings. So if you were to do 1 scoop, you could get 14 servings out of this, so then it would only really be about a 60. So from 60 to 40 would be only like a 20 serving difference. As you can see there, it says 20 servings per container. So basically, if you do 2 scoops for the 40 scoops, you only get 20 servings. While originally, if you did 1 scoop, you could get 60 out of the original bigger ones. Which again, I know it says 120 there, but that's like at half a scoop. So here's the dilemma that I'm kind of facing with tell you guys this information, because again, I want to be transparent as possible. I want you guys being like, oh well, because you're a Swift partner, of course you're going to tell us buy. You should only buy if you want to support the channel. I think you should only buy if it's in your financial budget. At this particular point in time, I can't tell you to buy. The reason why I can't tell you to buy is because I don't know your financial situation. And since because I don't know your financial situation, I don't know if it's worth to you to buy the US only rather than getting the original Canada tubs. Now again, half the size, but I will say this: 2 scoops of this, you will have potent flavor. And like I say, you could go ahead and use a whole 26-ounce shaker, and you could probably fill it, and you'll still have flavor. If you're the type of person where you're like, I don't really need a whole lot, I just kind of want to hit a flavor, I want to still feel like I'm drinking water, then by all means, do have a scoop, and then you'll get 40 servings out of just the USA only. So again, you're not getting too much of a difference between the two, and honestly, I feel like this is a lot more concentrated, being that it's in a smaller tub, and because of how potent the flavor actually is. Again, that works great for me because I used to do 2 scoops out of this thing, and then just the regular serving size of 2 scoops out of here. I'm still getting the flavor that I want, and I'm also technically hitting the serving size when I was pretty much double dosing on this particular tub. But I can't express more enough the value. I'm happy with this. I am honestly happy with this because of the flavor that I get, and also for the simple fact that this 2 alone was cheaper than getting like 1 of these. So yeah, I can't really complain. I will say that they are behind when it comes to shipping. This took a little over a week to get to me. After a week passed, I messaged them saying, hey, I put in this order, I haven't heard anything. They did say that they were behind on orders, so I would say that to be a little bit patient. Again, if a week does go by and you haven't gotten your product yet, or you haven't received any update about shipping, please go ahead and send them a message. If you want to support the channel and use my creator code, greatly appreciate it. If it's just not in your budget, then I would say hold off, and probably you're just going to have to wait until we're not having to deal with the tariffs anymore between USA and Canada. Guava berry is probably one of my new favorites. Melon cream, it's not bad. It's got more of like a cucumber flavor to it. It's not as fancy as the bigger tubs, but again, it's more about the value, the taste, and obviously the price. So I just want to go ahead and make this video, let you guys know my experience of ordering Swift Energy right now in 2026. I'm still going to go ahead and of course continue to buy from my partner Swift Energy. Like I said, these are 2 flavors that I tried. I think my next flavor, I'll probably get another guava berry because again, I do really like that one. I think the next flavor I may try is fruit punch. So anyway guys, I want to thank you guys so much for sticking with this video. Again, this may get me removed from the partnership, it may not, but I just want to go ahead and let you guys know, if you are able to buy, please go ahead and buy. If you want to go ahead and wait until you can grab one of the bigger tubs rather than one of the smaller USA tubs, you can go ahead and do that as well. But I will say 2 of these is a lot cheaper than 2 of these. So I'm just gonna leave you guys with that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Let me know, are you gonna go ahead and, you know, take a shot and order some Swift Energy, or are you thinking more so about just kind of waiting until after all the tariffs and all this craziness passes? So anyway guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.